let's just follow up on the Bitcoin issues. You had a settlement with 2 ICO issuers as well as another exchange for not registering with the SEC. What's the message here, and what about the people who currently own ICOs? What's the value of their ICOs if they're dealing with a not registered security at this point?
Well, Bob, let's separate securities from non-securities. I think we've been clear that we don't believe Bitcoin is a security, but many of the ICOs that you see and you talk about, they are securities. And if you're going to offer and sell securities, you have to do so in compliance with our laws. I think that we've been clear about that. The recent actions further emphasize that our securities laws do apply to the ICO space. If people are going to raise money using initial coin offerings, they either have to do so in a private placement or they have to register with the SEC. And when you register with the SEC, you got to provide financial statements and disclosure along the lines that we would expect.
So are all ICOs essentially in non-compliance? I know there can be some narrow windows where they might not necessarily be so, but you seem to be saying they're all in non-compliance right now. That seems to be the message.
We've had no ICOs registered with the Securities and Exchange Commission. To the extent an ICO has been conducted offshore or pursuant to a private placement exemption, fine. To the extent that you've conducted a public offering in an ICO, it's non-compliant.
Let me just move on. The Bitcoin ETF, we've been waiting for a long time for some final determination from you on that. Can you give us any update on where that might be?
The Bitcoin ETF is something that's been in front of the Commission. I'm not going to comment on timing or anything like that, but we've been clear about some of the issues that are of concern to us, including trading in Bitcoin and whether there's reliable price information on trading markets, and as well as custody, as well as whether people who hold those assets can count on those assets to be there in the same way you can with other assets that underlie an ETF.